Right, hi guys, welcome back to the Mono Yorkshireman and welcome back to yet another model review. This time it's from a new brand, Solido. Not someone I've really had Formula 1 models from before. I've had touring car models from before and been quietly impressed with them. Had no real intention of buying this one, but it was on eBay and it popped up rather cheap. A 1/18 scale. The recommended retail price for this is £80, and on eBay I was able to pick it up for £52 and a few pence, so I was really happy with that. This is of course the 2023 Valtteri Bottas Italian Grand Prix livery, the Alfa Romeo of course, celebrating their Italian heritage with a special one-off livery. And it just looked really nice in the photos, and I thought, well, if the model looks that good in a photo, surely it can look that good in real life, and I'm pleased to say it does. Obviously, we're going to look into the detail of it, we're going to look into the model itself as well, of course, but overall, I'm really happy with it. This is just a general overview. I'll take it out of the box, I'll take it out off its plinth as well, of course. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a review on it because I instantly opened the box and I was like, wow, this is really, really good value for money. So we're going to look in a bit more detail and actually find out if it's good value for money in terms of the finish, the fit and finish of the model, the actual quality and the detail itself as well. But yeah, so far for £52, I'm very, very impressed with this. I think it's a great buy for the money I paid for it, and will be an excellent display piece for my collection. But yeah, let's take it out of the box and let's dive in. So interestingly, just out of its little Perspex case there, it's got these little plastic brackets that support the model. No front beam, of course, because it'll be visible at the front there, but it's got a back supporting beam and two side supporting beams as well, which is really nice. So if it's getting delivered in transit and things, the box may get a little bit scuffed or scraped, but you know the model is going to be protected by these. They just clip in as well, so they just unclip and clip together. I suppose if you wanted an extra supporting bracket, you could always buy an extra one or buy a cheap model and put another one there, because it's all universal. But yeah, I just thought that was a nice little touch. That just adds a little bit of rigidity to the box and protects the model a little bit. But yeah, well, let's get these sides off and let's get it out of the case. But as you can see, really easy to remove, really easy to fit, and that's a nice little touch there. I'm quietly impressed with that. So let's take a look at the model then while it's still on its plinth, shall we? It's Alfa Romeo Formula 1 team, C43, the Italian Grand Prix 2023. The only thing I would say is there's no reference to Valtteri Bottas whatsoever on that box or on the plinth, apart from, of course, the fact it's number 77, and I've just looked in at the driver, if it will focus, and down there you can see Valtteri and number 77 on his racewear down there, which I think is a really nice touch and shows a really excellent level of detail down there in the cockpit. But if you weren't a full Formula 1 fan, you wouldn't know what this was. You'd know it was the team, you'd know the race, but you wouldn't know the driver. So yeah, maybe it could have just said Valtteri Bottas there. It's not too detrimental to add that, is it? But yeah, just a little observation. It's not going to annoy me too much, but yeah, I just thought I'd add that in. But as you can see, the level of detail already, we've already looked at the cockpit, of course, is really nice. The front wing has the front wing slats on it. There's gaps between them. That's really lovely to see. The sponsors across the nose. The colour really pops as well. Let's not forget that. It's really vibrant. You've got the aerials. You've even got like the little spot rivets there, the detail of the rivet on the casting for where they make adjustments. The halo, of course, the sponsors underneath the wing mirrors there, Komotsi. Stake on the halo. Around the side. Of course, the Pirelli tyres with the gold wheel covers. Stake on the side pod. And then, of course, the Italian flag as well as additional sponsors all down the bottom there as well, of course. Which again are tiny but are present, and you can read them if you look carefully enough and closely enough. You've got the gold 4-leaf clover there, and the number 77 on the rear engine cover as well. The rear wing itself, the detail of the DRS flap, I would say maybe a little bit lacking in terms of detail, but they've got the lovely carbon fibre effect there on the plastic cast of the rear wing. Look at that, you can see it shine as well. That's really nice. That is really nice for a model at this price point. That is lovely how they managed to replicate that. The rear wing, of course, with more sponsors. We've got the rear floor stake down there on the left as well, just in front of the Pirelli tyre. The rear ring as well, of course, supporting the rear rain light, the exhaust. The rear end looks really nice, actually, really nice. I mean, there's not much they can do with a rear end, is there? To be honest, it is what it is. It's not going to be covered in many colours, and it's not going to be highly detailed in terms of Formula 1 standards. It's just going to be doing the job it needs to do. And then on the other side, of course, it's mirrored, so the green is where the red is, and vice versa, and that all matches up lovely across the top as well as you look down at it. Alfa Romeo here on this side, of course, and that is just a really nice model, really lovely indeed. Like I said, the level of detail they've gone to get the carbon fibre effect, I think, is really nice. And then, as mentioned in there, we already have the number 77 Valtteri Bottas in there, in his seat. We've got the halo, of course. We've even got where it says Alfa Romeo Formula 1 team on the actual steering wheel as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to zoom in on that. No, it won't quite capture it, unfortunately, but I'm sure you can just about see it anyway. It's in focus there. But yeah, honestly, such a lovely detailed model for the price point as well. It's really nice. The colours are so vibrant, it just really pops. And you've even got little buttons on the steering wheel as well that are different colours to show like DRS and the radio and the different settings and adjustments they can make in race. The mirrors, while not mirrored, have got some silver texture to them as well, and a sort of like a shiny silver, but you can't expect a full mirror, can you? But yeah, honestly, what a lovely model this is. So what I'm going to do now is take it totally out the perspex. We'll look at the rear floor of it, we'll see how well the detailing is underneath it, and look a bit more detail as well into the model. So here is the model out of its perspex casing, out of its plastic box as well. Got a bracket that actually supports it, as well as 4 screws that sit underneath the model. So let's see how that affects the detail, because I think those have got like inlays, so that'll obviously push into the model and then screws in further. But yeah, like I say, for the price point, I'm really happy with this. The presentation of it looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it, from all angles? For me personally anyway, it looks so nice, so nice. I'm struggling to fault a thing, really. The only thing I have sort of slightly noticed while looking around is there's a slight red blemish on the white there. That will probably polish out. It's clearly just a bit of overspray or a bit of overlap from the red that's been placed on there. But I mean, I can't argue. Really cannot argue. So let's take a look underneath then. Let's see what the details are underneath and how nice it looks. I think from the front we're looking quite promising, because it's got some nice turning vanes on there underneath the barge board and going onto the rear floor. So let's take a look, shall we, and see whether the carbon fibre effect carries on as well underneath the model. So there you go, that's the locating pins there, the 4 holes there. You can see the initial 3 turning vanes on either side, the left and the right. And the rest of the floor really underneath isn't as detailed as potentially I imagined, but at the same point, you know, what was I expecting for a model at this price point? They've got the details visible where you need to see them. So you've got the cuts in on the floor there, of course. You've got the detail into the rear floor where you can see it from above. But then underneath, they don't really have that much detail at all. There's no rear diffuser as such. There's nothing going on here. There, of course, would be loads of little intricate pieces that would guide the air through. So yeah, a little bit basic underneath, of course. Once again, you've got the advertisement there that it's the Sauber Alfa Romeo of the 2023 season, and a Solido stamp there as well. There's no further detail on that one, unfortunately, just a blank stamp. Again, maybe a little bit of a transfer that just says Valtteri Bottas would be nice as well, but it doesn't matter, it's underneath the model, isn't it? But yeah, underneath the car, it is what it is. You know, it's nothing too bad. They've got the locating pins in the place to obviously secure the model down. They've got minor detail in the areas that are going to be seen from above and from the side, but then when it actually comes to the underneath detail, you've not got a lot, unfortunately. It is just there to serve a purpose of being a locating spot for the hunkering down onto the actual base itself, and to keep the model safely in its box, and just the basic information of what the model is. But yeah, it is still a really lovely model from underneath as well. You get to see the brake ducts actually from under here, which is quite nice. A detail that you can't necessarily see from above without having a compromised view. But yeah, it is overall a really, really nice model. I forgot to add as well that it has steering, so it can slightly steer left and right, and it does roll. It does roll slightly. It won't roll, of course, on my bed, but it does roll. It has got all 4 wheels that turn. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's a great model for the price. It really is. I'm really, really impressed with it. I've got to be honest. I am. I bought it just for the sheer looks of it because I thought it looked nice, and it has delivered up to those expectations. I thought maybe the photos might be super enhanced or, you know, but when a model looks good in a photo, it tends to translate into real life, and I am genuinely so happy with this, and I'm pleased to add it to my collection. And I think you get a lot for your money for £52 that I paid anyway. As mentioned, the recommended retail price is £79.99 UK pounds, and I think for that price I would go out and get it as well. Now I've seen this one. Of course, I'd seen it in person at a model shop or something and saw it for £80 and saw it on display. I would go and buy it. So yeah, if you're into your Alfa Romeos, if you're a Valtteri Bottas fan, if you're a special one-off livery fan, this is a very nice model for you, and it will certainly present well in anyone's collection. So there we go, guys. That was my honest review of Valtteri Bottas's C43 Sauber Alfa Romeo from the 2023 Italian Grand Prix with the one-off livery. I'm very, very impressed with this. Really, really am. For £80 recommended retail price, go out and buy it. And if you can see it anywhere else, go out and get it for cheaper. If you can find it cheaper, go and do it, because that is an absolute bargain. Anything less than the 80. It's a really, really nice model. It'll display well in its box, out of its box. And like I say, because you've got the option there of having the additional Perspex pieces around that protect the model, you could sort of have it just on the base with that. You could take that plastic surround off. You've got multiple ways of how you can display this model as well, which I think is quite nice and makes it quite versatile as well. You can add it to your collection how you need to, and I think that's nice. So, like I said, there's not really much I can fault with this model at all. Detail underneath is lacking, but what can you expect for a model of this price point? And it would have been nice if it just had the word Valtteri Bottas somewhere on it, on the model itself underneath, or on that little plinth there, or maybe on the box. But apart from that, there's nothing really else that I can fault with it. The model itself, which is the main breadwinner of the item, of course, this is what you're buying, lives up to expectation and is great value for money. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, much love.